All right, so here is the homework problem that I gave you for tonight. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to look at x squared minus 9 and set that equal to 0. Well, that's going to give you x squared equals 9, so x is going to be positive or negative 3. So the domain of this function is all real numbers with the exception x cannot equal positive or negative 3, which means that I have two vertical asymptotes at x equals 3 and, oops, that's a bad x equals negative 3. Okay, so now I got to talk about my end behavior. So end behavior is as x approaches positive infinity, what does my function do? Well, if I put in positive infinity back into my function, I get positive infinity squared, which is a super ginormous number. That's positive. Subtract 9, still ginormously huge. 2 divided by a positively huge number means my function is going to go to 0 from above. As x approaches negative infinity, f of x is going to, now if I put negative infinity in for x back in my function, I square negative infinity, it's going to become positive and ginormously huge. Subtract 9 from that, still ginormously huge, so that's going to be 0 from above again. Then, now I've got to deal with my asymptote behavior. So my first asymptote is as x approaches negative 3 from the left, what does my function do? My next one is as x approaches negative 3 from the right, what does my function do? So if I'm looking here at negative 3, and I'm coming in from the left, that would be like negative 3.1. Square it, it's going to be bigger than positive 9 because negative 3.1 is bigger than negative 3. So that's going to give me 2 divided by a positive small number. So that's going to go to positive infinity. If you flip that around and now you're coming in from the right side of negative 3, now you've got like negative 2.9, then when you square that, that's going to be smaller than 9. So something smaller than 9 minus 9 is going to be negative. So 2 divided by a negative small number is going to go to negative infinity. Then you've got to go to the other asymptote. As x approaches positive 3 from the left, what does your function do? And as x approaches 3 from the right, what does your function do? So now we're looking at positive 3, and I'm coming in from the left, so that would be like positive 2.9, which would mirror the negative 2.9, so that's going to be negative infinity. Positive 3.1 now coming in from the right side is going to be bigger than 9, so that's going to be a small number, positive, divided by, or 2 divided by that, is going to be positive infinity. So there is the answer to that work.